I am so tired of people hating on this show. Yes, it is not perfect. This show is not Lord of the Rings. It is an original story. It does not have to follow Tolkien's lore and timelines. You need to watch it as if Lord of the Rings did not exist. If you saw this show and had never heard of Lord of the Rings before, you would not be so negative.
Howdy all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd. The Rings of Power Season 2. It really is the disaster I and many others say it is. And we finally have the ratings to prove it, even though Amazon, Shills, and their stands are going to try and tell you otherwise. And before we get going, I and the others I usually discuss this with on videos and streams, we all said this is what the premiere ratings would look like for Rings of Power Season 2. We said it was likely going to be 1 billion minutes viewed because they dropped 3 episodes to get there. A premiere, once upon a time, a premiere was a single episode, and the ratings were the ratings for a single episode. But now, and Amazon and all the other streamers do it, well, most of them. HBO Max doesn't do it, but Netflix, Amazon, other ones, they all do it. They'll drop multiple episodes at once because they know that Nielsen and others will do a collective crunch of a number addition if you say it's the whole thing is a premiere. So therefore, they have to rate it all as one. So to say 1 billion minutes watched makes you the global winner around the world on Prime Video, well, you're not lying when you say on Prime Video. That's truth, but you aren't number one around the world. Even Nielsen tells us that. Number one was Prison Break overall for that week. A show that ended last decade in the middle of the 2010s. But congratulations, Rings of Power, Season 2. You got number one. You got the crown on the originals. But I come back to what I said a moment ago. 3 episodes. When you divide this billion minutes viewed, this 1,015 million minutes viewed, it breaks down to about 338 million minutes viewed per episode. Give or take, they're not all of equal length. But either way, that's how you got to look at it. It took 3 to get to 1. And if you take those individual 3, you realize right here in front of you, if they had just premiered the first episode, that's bottom 3 of the bottom 5. It's 8 or 9. And it may get worse as time goes forward. It may fall off, just like The Acolyte did, but that's a story for when it happens. For now, we stick to the facts, the logic, the actual numbers. This is a failure, especially when you line it up to Season 1. Park Place reveals to us in a nice little blurb right here, Nielsen reported back in 2022 following Rings of Power Season 1's 2-episode premiere that it brought in 1.253 billion minutes watched. Repeat that. 2 episodes for 1.2 billion. They needed 3 this time to squeak over the billion. Barely get there.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
If you divide 1.2, that's 600 million minutes viewed on a first episode. We'll say the premiere of Season 1 was 600 million minutes viewed. That means the premiere of Episode 1 for Season 2 was only 338. That's a 50% drop. That's failure. That is complete and utter failure. And Amazon knows it. And the stands and the shills know it. They are living in a copium-infused fantasy world. They cannot cope or deal with the fact that their precious show isn't well received. These are the same people who probably love The Acolyte. They can't handle the fact that a show made for them, a show infused with all the agenda-driven nonsense we have to suffer in current entertainment, doesn't appeal to regular people. I showed you with my comical opener. I put that there just for some shits and giggles. But that is a real person who left a real comment in my replies to my review from yesterday. Go check it out. It's still there. Actually saying you have to watch Rings of Power and not think about Lord of the Rings. It's an original thing. You can't think about Tolkien's work when you watch this. It wasn't made to be. Do you realize the level of retardation that we're dealing with? These people are vying for the full retard award with the Disney Star Wars stands. They really are. And they're all over Twitter right now saying, I don't want to hear you telling me he's failed. They had 1 billion minutes viewed. They don't understand math. They don't understand logic.
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
I mean, we're dealing with people here who are a bunch of goddamn clapping seals who just want to be told, good for you for hiding up behind our agenda-driven drivel. Because that's all this shit is. It's agenda-driven drivel. And Amazon and Disney and all these corporations, they want the ones that'll bend over and take it and swallow the shit. They don't want the passionate fan who will question what you've done. They don't want you to go, well, maybe, just maybe, you should have had Elrond kiss Galadriel. Maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't have had the Rings of Power made out of order. Maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't have made Adar and just had Sauron be the real villain. The real, actual villain. And had Celebrimbor not be a weepy old man and instead be the guy on the ramparts fighting till his last breath. Maybe, just maybe, you should have stuck to the lore and none of this would be happening. Or maybe just stuck to what you could because we know they don't actually own anything. They own appendices and a couple of deals so they can do this and that. It's all about passion. Fake fans and stans and the corporations, they don't have passion. They're idiots. They're morons. There's nothing to them. Real fans, we are the lifeblood of everything. Without us, you got nothing. And that is the truth. The million minutes viewed is bullshit, but even through the bullshit, you see nobody's watching it. But they'll lie to you. They'll lie to you and say 1 billion minutes watched, that's a victory. The stands will say, I don't want to hear it. Look, it had all these views, had all these millions and billions and trillions of minutes. You need to shut up, toxic nerd. You need to not think about Lord of the Rings when you watch something like this, even though Lord of the Rings is in the actual title. Do you understand the retardation of all of this? I do. I think you do too, which is why you, the smart, normal person, has rejected all of this and why you come to me and others to watch us roast it. And that's what we're going to continue to do, roast it, because you know what? It's the job to point out this bullshit, and they don't want you. They, Amazon, the Shills, the stands, they don't want us doing this. They don't want us talking. They want us to be silent. They want us to be canceled. They want us to be driven off social media so they can live in their echo chamber and think that the few thousand people that make up the stand base are the fan base. Well, guess what? Newsflash. You lost again. I predict, and I'm going to say it right now so I can come and clip it if I am right, by episode 5 or 6, this shit falls off the Nielsen's just like the Acolyte. But we'll have to wait and see. For now, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here, where I hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about fake fan Stan and SJW Fifis. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.